Markets now, it's been a fairly good day on the local market. They all share about 1% in the green at the last check. Miners and resources shares taking the lead as globally investors are waiting to see what's in the Federal Reserve minutes. That's the central bank in the United States, and that will shed light on what happens with interest rates in the United States. So let's bring in Ridwaan Moolla. He's the Chief Executive Officer at ThinkMarkets. Ridwaan, thanks for talking to us. So our local market didn't fare badly today, and I think that the rand also approaching that 17 rand to the US dollar mark. It's been a long time since we've been there. What are the drivers?
Yeah, no, it's actually been an amazing day today for the all share. The JSE, like you said, up 0.9%. All in the green. I mean, not even the announcement that inflation is above expectation. I mean, sitting at 7.6%. There's an interest rate hike obviously coming tomorrow, as we just heard earlier. But the market itself was, it just brushed everything off and it went all green. I mean, it was led by the PPCs, the resource sector. The only real shares down on the day, your redefines, Mr. Price slightly down, but not much. And then on top of that, yes, the rand doing fantastically well against the dollar. In fact, the live price right now is 17 rand and 1 cent at the moment. So everything looking really great today. There wasn't really any big concerns or anything, but like you said, everybody's also waiting for the Fed minutes to come out. I mean, it comes out at about 7 o'clock GMT, which is about 9 o'clock our time. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of there.
Look, a few interesting news on the company front. I mean, let's talk Naspers results, all right? They didn't perform well. Yeah. And if you dig deeper, just from a South African context here, takealot.com, I mean, that didn't impress. I'm wondering, what is it? Is it fewer people ordering online? What's the story, especially given the fact that we've got Black Friday coming up this week?
I was waiting for you to say that, Black Friday coming up, yeah. Look, the truth of the matter is Naspers, nobody expected fantastic results out of Naspers and Process. Both those companies, especially with their massive 10% holding, things weren't expecting to be very good. But the surprising part was, yes, things like Takealot did not perform very well. I mean, if you look at it from a USD point of view, Takealot actually made a 4 million USD loss, down 1% already. And this is quite big. I mean, it's not been profitable. Naspers say, no, it should be profitable by 2025, but it has taken a massive knock. I mean, when they published their final results earlier this year, it made 111 million rand loss. Now, that is driven, obviously, I mean, let's be honest, at this moment in time, consumers, we are tight. There isn't much consumer spending out there that is happening. Black Friday or no Black Friday, I mean, it's tough. Yeah. So we've had interest rate hikes, fuel prices has obviously skyrocketed. Some good news on that front. Obviously, the oil today is down over 4%. So that with the rand sitting at 1% stronger already on the day, that could help us come the festive season. But it's not going to help us right now for Black Friday.
And another mark for one other company, and I speak about household income, and we saw it, the deterioration of that household income, sort of fanning out in the telecom results. I mean, it's halved its interim profit, and again, I think there was mention about the fact that the households just can't make it these days, and it has an impact.
It has a massive impact. I mean, all of these things. But the other thing also that was very interesting in Telkom's earnings, yes, their half-year earnings have plunged more than 50%. But the thing that was very interesting is that this is one of the first companies that have come out and publicly said, look, our company's service fees actually rose by 21%. And that was because of load shedding. And it obviously impacted them in the sense having to get generators going. And that means diesel expense obviously was a massive expense for them. So you're taking all of that into account, plus an economy which is sluggish at the moment. It's obviously hurting a lot of companies. And Mr. Price and all of these other companies are also going to start feeling it a bit. So it does explain a lot. Our consumers are obviously very tight, and we need to start looking at ways to increase consumer spending for these companies to do better. But we're not going to get that right now.
Yep.
And I think we're going to have a tight festive season coming.
Yep, I will certainly watch out for that. Ridwaan Moolla is the CEO at ThinkMarkets, and it's a fascinating theme that we've seen throughout the last few weeks with results where power cuts had indeed eaten out of the company's bottom line. Thanks very much indeed, Ridwaan. All right, so